Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be showing you how you can scrape any website using n8n. So in order to do that, what we need to do is we need to add an HTTP request node. And this is basically what you do on a day-to-day basis. Whether you're using YouTube, using Google, you need to enter a URL and then you're using the HTTP to send a request to the server, and then that returns data, which is what you see on your screen. So just enter the URL of the website you want to scrape, and I'm going to go ahead and click test step. So as you can see, now we have a bunch of data that is returned from the website, and this is just basically a bunch of HTML code, which if you were to visit the website you would not see any of this, but you would see the layout. So this is one way that you can basically grab all the data of the website. Now this is not very pretty to work with, so depending on what it is that you want to scrape, for example if you want to use text, you're going to need to use an HTML node and we're going to extract certain content of it. Now let's say you want to extract text. Well, you will have a bunch of different parameters here. The key is just basically saying what you want the variable name of the output node to be. So I'm just going to call it text, and then most importantly you need to select your CSS selector. I'm not going to go into much detail, but basically you can look it up, but basically it's the way it categorizes the HTML. So for example, let's say on your website you have headers. Well, I'm just going to type in header 1. What happens when I test this is that it's going to give me the title of the website, or basically what is enclosed in header 1. But let's say I want to get the body content of the website. Well, I'm going to type in body, and you're going to see that you're going to have a bunch of text here, but it's not going to be all like pretty text. You might have some embedded links and other stuff. So sometimes you need to clean up that text. Now, if you don't feel like going ahead and trying to learn the in and outs of HTML code, there is a second way that you could actually scrape a website. And the way we're going to do that is using a third-party application called Appify. So I already have a one over here, so I'm just going to connect that to our workflow. And how we're going to do this is I'm going to use an actor called Website Content Crawler. So first what we need to do is we need to get our endpoint. So you're going to come over to API endpoints, and you're going to copy this link here where it says run actor synchronously and get dataset items, and you're going to come over to this URL and paste it inside here. Now as you can see, it's a post request, so we're going to need to change this to post. Most of the time you'll either be using post or get requests. Then what we need to do is we need to use the body parameter. So to get that, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here and click JSON, copy all of this, and rather than using fields below, we're going to use the JSON. Now all we are going to do is open this, and then you're going to change this to basically whatever website you want to scrape. So I'll just go ahead and use the same one I just used a second ago. So and there we go. Now if I go ahead and I run this, now the difference with using this actor is that it will return everything in a pretty JSON format. So rather than having to manipulate and work with HTML, this is going to be a lot cleaner and easier to work with. Now you can see over here that you can see that the actor is running, so this will take a slightly bit longer, but now you can see is that you have a bunch of fields over here but in a clean JSON format, so this is much easier to work with. So those are just two different ways that you can scrape a website using n8n. Hope you found this tutorial helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.